The more I've been watching videos on all the places I'll be visiting in Europe this summer, the more YouTube has been trying to put the fear of God in me about pickpocketers, phone snatchers, street scammers, etc. Fine, YouTube, you win. I decided to do some last minute shopping before our trip, and this will be a two-part video. In my next video, I'm going to be sharing with you what I've decided to wear in Europe in order to look less touristy and therefore hopefully be less of a target. So stay tuned for that video. But for the no-do-gooders who see past my non-tourist, tourist disguise and are still hell-bent on carrying out their criminal activities, then stay tuned to this video to watch me reveal 2 new handbags that I will be testing out on this trip. Let's see if we can get past these bad guys and gals. Welcome back to A Briefcase of Luxury, a place where we love to chat about all things related to life, learning, and luxury. While I have no intentions of quitting my day job as a business professor, your support does mean the world to me, and I would love to grow this channel so we can all continue on our journey towards more mindful consumption. Now, I'm typically not a super nervous traveler, especially to places in Europe. I have traveled there many times before. I have even lived there, but granted, it's been a while since I've been back, and never once in the past have I ever been a victim of any street crime, and knock on wood, I would like to keep things that way, please and thank you. That being said, I don't know if it's just my YouTube algorithm, but it just seems like over the past few years, certain touristy places in Europe have gotten particularly bad when it comes to pickpocketing and just your general petty theft crimes. And if you've been around before, then you'll know that on trips is when I predominantly break out my very recognizable, very expensive designer bags to use. Now, granted, I'm pretty proud of myself. I have used my Picotin and my Bottega double knot bag quite a bit this summer so far. Like, I've taken each of these on mini weekend trips, so they are my least used bags no more. And also, if you didn't catch an earlier video, I have been using this beautiful Pegasus charm from Alizé on my Picotin 18. And I mentioned in that video that the Picotin is the perfect Hermes bag style for this type of cadena, only because she really does look like a Pegasus flying across the night sky, the way she swings back and forth. Like, I've gotten so many compliments on this charm, it's insane. This just makes me squeaky happy. I'm still keeping an eye out to see if and when they release more designs in the future. But do I feel super comfortable taking either of these bags on my European trip? No, not anymore, I don't. So unfortunately, these bags will be staying behind because they are top handle only bags, which means my Dior mini book tote will also be staying behind. This is the other bag that I said I have yet to use since buying her last year. And not only does she not seem appropriate to wear as a European travel bag, like if we were going to Hawaii or like another beachy destination, then sure. But considering we will be hopping around Europe, she's probably even less practical than the Picotin or the Bottega bag, even though she is really compact for packing purposes. Plus, with all the hoopla with Dior at the moment, it just may be wiser and safer to leave her at home as well. Now, in the past, I've traveled internationally most frequently with my Prada bucket bag. Like, I've made several videos about why this is such a good travel bag, and I'll link those below if you are interested. And the Mansur Gabrielle Cloud Clutch is another one that I like for international trips as well. And while these two would be totally fine for our upcoming trip, I don't know, part of me just wants to test out traveling with some different designer bags, and I have 3 bags that I am currently considering. The first is my Chanel wallet on chain in caviar leather in the beige clair color with silver hardware. Now, to be honest, I have never traveled internationally with her before. I've only ever done domestic trips. So I do have some hesitations about how useful she is going to be internationally, only because of her capacity. I like to keep our passports with me at all times instead of leaving them behind at the hotel or even in the hotel safe. Plus, you kind of need your passport if you plan on doing some luxury shopping. And this can barely handle 2 passports without the cover, let alone anything else, but I can see how she could be good for evenings out. The second would be the Hermes Evelyn PM in the gold color, which I find goes really well with my wardrobe color palette. Now, if you wear it with the H facing inwards like it's meant to be worn, it's for sure a super low-key bag. Plus, the leather is slouchy enough so that it may be a little bit more challenging for pickpocketers to get in and out of, especially since the bag is also pretty deep. Like, they would really have to commit and be like arm deep in my bag to get to the good stuff at the bottom, you know? well. So I feel like from a safety perspective, this is definitely better than the Picotin. And plus, if I brought the original canvas strap as well as the short shoulder strap that I just bought off of Etsy, I can wear this bag several different ways. Plus, it will fit everything that my husband and I will need for the day if we are going out for hours on end. So this is the next bag that I'm considering. The last bag would be my Hermes Halston 31. Again, this is a super low-key bag, no branding whatsoever. And it's also not one of Hermes's most super recognizable bags. Now, I do like how the flap systems work. I do like the fact that you have some very deep back pockets as well as front pockets. I find that the flaps make the bag even more secure than, say, even the Evelyn. Plus, it's super spacious on the inside as well. I can for sure carry both of our passports, an umbrella, a packable bag for groceries, a small water bottle, and all of our usual essentials. And unlike the Evelyn, the straps on the Halston are super adjustable. I think there are at least 3 different strap lengths to choose from a super short shoulder to a longer shoulder, which is this current setting right here. And you can also make it into a longer crossbody bag. So yes, the Halston is my third option. Both the Evelyn and the Halston are super squishy and the leathers are soft, which also makes them really easy to pack. So while those are the 3 designer bags that I am debating on bringing, there are still unresolved issues here, right? They are still super expensive and pickpocketers may be becoming more designer bag savvy. So even something super low key like the Halston or the Evelyn may still be a quiet luxury bag that they recognize. And worst of all, even a secured bag that sits close to your body and has a really good closure system doesn't address the fact that 1, pickpocketers can still steal your credit card information through your bags, and 2, sometimes the most valuable items you own are not in your bag 100% of the time. Sometimes they're in your hands, like your phone. And trust me, when I'm traveling, I do consider my phone to be my most valuable possession because without it, I'd be completely lost. My phone is in my hand 99% of the time when I'm traveling to a new place. Like my phone is my lifeline. That's how I find my hotel, my flights. I'm mapping all over the place. I'm calling Uber, etc. In other words, I would be the perfect candidate for a good old-fashioned phone snatcheroo. So last but not least, I want to do a semi-handbag reveal. 2 handbags to be exact. I was going to do an unboxing, but there really wasn't much to unbox. These bags just came wrapped. Now, after watching all of those what to watch out for videos in Europe, I started researching pickpocket safe RFID handbags, and I came across this first bag. So this is not sponsored. I bought these bags with my own money. The company doesn't even know I exist, but this is the first bag I bought. This is called the Venetia RFID, and it's from a small company called Save the Girls. What first sold me was the design of the bag, because if you have ever tried looking for any sort of RFID handbag, the first thing you'll notice is that the majority of them definitely favor function over form. As in like 99% of them are hideous, unfortunately. But this looks like a designer handbag, does it not? Like a Ferragamo bag to be exact, but at a very much non-designer price tag. I believe for full price, this clocked in at under $90. In this olive sage color with the light gold hardware, I mean, this is such an elegant looking summer bag. I don't have a lot of colorful bags, but this bag is definitely done so beautifully that I feel like even for the most neutral lovers, they would fall for this. So this looks designer at a non-designer price, so double win there, but wait for it. You see this clear back pocket? That's so you don't have to hold your phone in your hand. Like you can literally use your phone while it's safely tucked away in your purse. Like what? I was immediately sold. I'm gonna bring her up close so we can do a quick tour of the bag when we open her up. On the inside, she has 6 RFID protected credit card slots. She has 2 cash pockets, one on each side of the wall. Like I said, on the outside, you have a phone pocket that provides you with easy access, so you can access your phone if you really need to, but you can easily use it while it's still in the pocket. Like I'm filming on my phone, but I have tested it out and it for sure works. So back to the inside, we do have just a large interior main pocket, and we do have a smaller front pocket as well. Now, let's close her back up. In terms of her strap, She does have an adjustable 60-inch shoulder strap. I do like the way it is designed because you can double it up to wear as a shoulder bag like what I have right now, or you can actually adjust it to be a longer crossbody. In terms of its dimensions, it's 6 inches in width, it's 8.5 inches in height, and 4 inches deep. So that's what she looks like. And so right before I decided to check out with this bag, which by the way, as much as I love this color, I was also torn between the denim and the brown. Like I ultimately had to let my husband decide because I wanted all 3 of them at that price point. He ended up picking this olive sage because I didn't have anything in this color. And like I mentioned, it's a color, but it's a super neutral color. Plus this is going to go with every single outfit that I'm going to be bringing, so that's a win. They also do have other colors as well, so it's a pretty decent range for both neutral and color lovers. But anyways, right before I checked out, I decided to browse their sales section, and at half off at $30, I came across the Trevi RFID bag, so we just had to add that to cart as well. Now I picked the black only because the champagne one did, in my opinion, look a little too iridescent and almost like a kid's purse. And plus, I thought that may be too redundant to my Chanel walk in beige clear. But I really did like the black. There's just something super edgy about the shading on the black one. Now, granted, this is partly user error because it looked a lot smaller on the website. I thought it would be like a wallet on chain size. No, she's a big girl. If I would have looked at the dimensions, it's actually slightly bigger than the Venetia bag. I'll do a comparison later. But even though it's the same size, it is a third of the price, so go figure. So we'll just do a quick tour of this bag as well. So it does have a different design. We have 2 compartments. I'll go ahead and pull out the strap so you can see what it looks like. So notice this one only has 3 RFID card slots. Again, it is 2 separate compartments, so there is a bit of a divider in the middle. The way you put your phone into the back pocket is different. There's no outside pocket. You do have to put it in from the inside of the bag, which again does make it a little bit more secure than the other bag. The strap style is also different. As you can see here, the shoulder straps adjust approximately 48 to 54 inches. So if you can see here, I do have it set to the shortest length, and I am 5'3" just for reference, and it says a really nice crossbody on me. Now in terms of its dimensions, like I mentioned, it is a little bit bigger. This is 7¼ inches in width, 5¼ inches in height, and 2¼ inches in depth. And here you can see the 2 bags side by side, so you can see the size difference, or really the lack of it. It's really quite minimal. Let's see. And that's what they look like. I'll do proper mod shots of them in my next video where I'll be showing you what I'm wearing with them. Let me take this out so you can actually see what the bag looks like without it. So time will tell how well these bags hold up. Like, I can make a proper review video after their maiden voyage if anyone is interested. Now, to be completely honest though, are these bags super well made? I mean, they're okay. Plus, I'm 99% sure that they aren't made of real leather. Like, the Venetia has kind of like a suede-ish nubuck feel to it. So I would be curious to see how this is gonna hold up if it gets rained on. But at like $90, I'm not gonna shy away from putting her through the ringer, that's for sure. And the Trevi bag has more of your traditional like vegan leather feel to it. So I would say from a touch perspective, I wish they were made of real leather. Like that would have been really nice, even if it meant having to pay more. Like I would have been so happy to do that. But I mean, them looking good, it's just icing on the cake to me. So for their price point, I'm extremely satisfied with them. But of course, I will know for sure once I get a chance to test them out here shortly. So if those are the 2 bags that I am for sure bringing, I need to figure out which of the other 3 bags that I mentioned that I will ultimately be bringing as well. I typically don't like to travel with more than 2 bags. Like if I can get away with just one, I would happily do it. But in this case, like I mentioned, I get a lot of joy out of using my designer bags when I travel. So for sure, I still want to do that, but I need to think it through because I just need to make sure that I'm practical with how much space they're going to take up in my suitcases, and just to be practical with my own safety as well. Like, I don't want to make myself any more of a tourist target, you know? So let me know which bag you would bring to go along with these two. And also, if you have any experience with these Save the Girls RFID bags, please let me know down in the comments as well. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and I'll see you in my next video.